serious about actually taking a shot at actually doing it. Probably around graduating from high school era, and like being forced to, I live with my mother and my grandmother, so the choices were, get a job or go to school. So I went to school, so I had more time to play guitar. And I was going to college, to community college actually, and a buddy of mine, Vinny, who played bass, and this guy named Jim, who was a drummer, and he was from Dallas. He was winding me up during one of the classes that we had together. He's like, man, we should quit college, man, just take a year off. We can go like hang out at the clubs. My dad would give us jobs. We can always go back to college next year. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I picked up all my stuff, walked up to the front of the teacher's desk, and put all my books and the test on his desk, and I said I quit. And then I walked back, and he's like looking at me like, I'm like, hey dude, this was your idea. Let's go. So about a week later, we were in Texas, and it was cool. We were hanging out in all the clubs, and that's where I met Vinny and Dime way back then. We were about 18 years old, and they had Terry singing back then in Cantrell. But saw a lot of great bands come through, a club called Cardi's, and Matt Lee's Phase 2 in Dallas. So I quit college. We spent about a year in Texas, and then I came back to Tacoma, Seattle area, and formed another band, and then the next band that I met was the guys in Dallas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And at that time, so when you officially started Alice, came together, did you guys feel that there was a general movement happening in Seattle? Were you aware of something happening beyond just you guys?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you couldn't ignore it. It wasn't just our little town. There was a lot of cool stuff happening. Like Ministry and 9 Inch Nails and all sorts of stuff. The Chili Peppers, Faith No More, Pixies, like just a ton of cool stuff. Soundgarden was putting out independent records, I think SST or whatever, and Sub Pop was like a rising kind of local thing. And my recollection of like when I moved up to Seattle from Tacoma, and I fell in with Lane and all the guys, and I really wish I would have got to see Kim. I seen Kim yesterday, but my recollection of Seattle at that time was everybody was in a band. I mean, everybody was in a band. It didn't matter. It was really cool. It was a really supportive thing, and you were always going to each other's gigs. And there was only a handful of places to play. Peter can tell you. There's just a couple of clubs, and there was mostly like skate rinks and VFW halls and garages and crap like that. And it was cool. It was great. And we would, you could definitely feel something was happening, and you felt like you felt like you were in the right place at the right time. And you didn't have to go anywhere to make that happen. It was in your hometown. It was kind of cool.